Saw, dude. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Carlee Gifford, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I post sit-down videos talking about legit whatever I want. A lot of times, it tends to be influencers / TikTok drama, celebrity drama, that kind of stuff. But today, we are actually doing an update video on Chad Doerman. So let's get into it. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I do have the original video linked in the description box down below, but Chad was accused of murdering his 3 sons. His 3 sons were Clayton, Hunter, and Chase. They were 3 adorable little boys. There's also body cam footage that you can go watch. I included it in my original video. But if you need just a little bit better of a refresher in order to understand this video, here's some news coverage of this most recent update.
Developing right now, Chad Doerman, the man accused of killing his 3 sons, is pleading now not guilty by reason of insanity.
Candace Hare spoke with our legal analyst today and joins us now with more on what this means. Candace.
Yes, Tricia, Megan, the update is shown in new court filings, ones which put Doerman's mental condition at the time of the shootings under a microscope.
Chad Doerman, the Claremont County man accused of murdering his 3 sons, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase, now says he was legally insane at the time of the alleged crime, as shown by this written plea filed on Monday. Fox 19 Now legal analyst Mark Crumbine says he isn't surprised by this development.
There's a lot of indications he's talking about somebody that he knows being in the CIA, and they're also an attorney, and a lot of things that would make people question his mental state right after the allegations took place. So I think this was coming no matter what.
The filing shows Doerman entered 2 pleas, not guilty and not guilty by reason of insanity.
Well, you would always want to cover your bases. You know, he's also saying, you know, I'm not guilty, period. But he's also claiming that he's not guilty by reason of insanity. So both of those are allowable pleas.
New court filings also show the state ordered a second evaluation of Doerman's mental condition at the time of the offenses charged.
There's an evaluation. They could have one by what used to be called the court clinic, and both sides might be happy with it, or one side might feel differently than the other. They could ask for a second or even a third evaluation, whatever the judge would permit.
Now, one thing Crumbine said to keep an eye on in this evaluation process, especially if there's some back and forth between prosecutors and the defense. This trial is scheduled to begin in July, and Crumbine says this is the type of development that at times can lead to a trial being delayed. Doerman's next scheduled court appearance is in June. Candace Hare, Fox 19 Now.
All right, Candace, thank you. I was wondering if he was going to be changing that plea because we've heard so much about it and more details were slowly leaking out. So it's really not surprising to a lot of us.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things. That's what Crumbine said. He wasn't surprised by this, and especially because it's a capital trial. So you expect any line of defense to come out.
All right. Thanks so much, Candace.
So yeah, he pled not guilty and not guilty by reason of insanity, which I really hate to say it, but in that video you can tell that something is wrong with him. In the body cam footage video, I mean, you can tell something is not quite right. I'm not defending him, I'm just kind of giving my opinion on that. Now, them evaluating him, it could push his day in court back. Right now it's scheduled for July, but the evaluation and everything and getting a second opinion, that could, like I said, push it back a little bit farther. Now, as the news also said, his Miranda rights were violated. Here is a list of saying, you know, all the violations and whatnot, so pause to read that. Honestly, I really hope that this guy gets locked up and gets some sort of help while locked up, because he definitely needs it. And honestly, his 3 little boys need justice of some kind, in my opinion.
Tonight we have new developments in the case against the Claremont County father accused of killing his 3 little boys.
Now, the judge ruling today that Chad Doerman's rights were violated in certain circumstances anyway during the initial investigation. And WLWT News 5's Daisy Kershaw now, she did some digging on the decision, joins us with what it means for the trial, Daisy.
Well, Mike Cherie, the judge ruled that Chad Doerman's initial interrogation cannot be used in court moving forward. The defense claims his rights were violated in the hours after his arrest. As Chad Doerman sits behind bars, a Claremont County judge has ruled the statements he made while being interrogated on June 15th last year, the day of his arrest, will be thrown out at trial. Doerman is accused of murdering his young sons, 3-year-old Chase, 4-year-old Hunter, and 7-year-old Clayton. Last month, he appeared in court for the motion to suppress hearing. Judge Richard Ferentz now ruling that Doerman's rights were violated in 2 instances. He ruled that a detective failed to properly and fully advise Doerman of his Miranda rights before his initial interrogation. The judge also ruling Doerman's 7-year-old Clayton. Last month, he appeared in court for the motion to suppress hearing. Judge Richard Ferentz now ruling that Doerman's rights were violated in 2 instances. He ruled that a detective failed to properly and fully advise Doerman of his Miranda rights before his initial interrogation. The judge also ruling Doerman's Miranda rights were violated when the interrogation continued after Doerman asked for an attorney. The defense says Doerman asked for one at least twice. But Judge Ferentz also sided with the prosecution in 4 key areas, ruling several of the defense's claims were meritless, including their argument that Doerman's statements were involuntary due to outrageous police conduct. The judge saying there is no evidence to support that. As of right now, the trial is on track to begin in July. Daisy Kershaw, WLWT News 5.
And Daisy, thanks so much.
This case was extremely hard, and honestly, I don't know how anybody could go about doing this, but this is just kind of where we are at right now in this case. I know today's video is a little bit shorter, but really, it's just an update on a case that I found to be incredibly heartbreaking and almost grossly interesting. Like, it's kind of like, for me, World War II. I find it insanely interesting, even though it was incredibly heartbreaking. I like learning about it because I think it's interesting, and that's kind of how this case is as well. But that is it for me today. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic week and stay safe out there. Bye, guys.